expect to serve probably another 1,200 youth into this next year. We've seen dramatic improvement in dental health for children across not only Corvallis but Benton County. And the group of volunteers has definitely moved the kids out of more of the pain and the toothaches and tooth pulling into prevention and education. So that is our first grant. And do you want questions? Do you want me to just go through all three and then questions or stop? Keep going? Okay, so the next one, flipping the page. The next grant is the ABCs to PhDs, which is the name of the program at Lincoln Elementary School. And this program is specifically targeted for homeless, low-income youth at Lincoln School. And we focus on goal setting with youth to improve their attendance, behavior, and academic competency, to measurably increase high school graduation rates and break the cycle of poverty. Essentially what we're doing is providing an extra 3 hours beyond the school day where youth are receiving skill development and goal setting, academic tutoring, mentoring, enrichment, and we give dinner to every child every day. We're requesting $20,000 for that program, and those funds will be used to offer scholarships to families that have the inability to pay and to avoid waiting lists for those youth. The funding would allow us to expand the program. Currently, we have between 6 to 10 students this year that are on our waiting list because we don't have the funds to serve them. We would anticipate the same, if not more, moving into next year. The third grant, I'm moving on to the next page. The third grant is for licensed child care services for children 5 to 8. Basically what we're looking to do is to enable access to licensed child care for low-income working parents to help support their efforts towards self-sufficiency by making sure that their children are in a safe, supervised, and secure environment. Child care is a basic necessity for working families, and lack of access to child care is a #1 issue facing the working poor with children. We are helping them to secure the funding for scholarships. Many of these families can't qualify, or there are no other places in the community to help these families find the funds to pay for child care services for their school-age children. So we will be basically targeting those families. We are also looking at 5 to 8-year-olds. Today we have many families who are using our open clubhouse at the Boys and Girls Club as a child care center for the youngest of children, and I can tell you as the executive director, our open clubhouse is not a child care center, and it is not the appropriate place for the youngest of our elementary children to be. So what we are really emphasizing is securing the funding to help those families and get those kids into the right type of an environment. Right now we anticipate there's 40+ families that we'd like to transition out of open clubhouse into the licensed child care program where they should be. And if we could, we'd like to move it beyond 8 years of age, but then I'd be here asking you for double. So the dollar amount we're requesting is $100,000 to be able to serve these families. And that's it. So questions on any of the three? Yes?
I have a question, Helen. Are there any other free dental clinics in the community for the population you service?
No, we are the only basically freestanding, full access dental clinic. We partner with Benton County Health Department and provide rental services to them. And then we also do the volunteer model. And we focus primarily on children and pregnant women.
Forgive me if I missed this, but I noticed you said that there was some sort of a payment with the ABCs to PhDs program that the families paid for the different services, but I didn't catch that on the dental or the child care. Is there some sort of, I guess I call it co-payment, that is, which of these are free and which aren't of those?
Right. So Sandy's actually the person that leads our licensed child care program. It's $230 a month for a family to access the licensed child care services. The ABCs to PhD is
$275 a trimester. Excuse me. And then most of our families are actually scholarships, so that they are paying somewhere between $40 and $60 per trimester. And of those, we have about 10 families who are actually theirs paid by the school district because they're at risk of homelessness.
And the children that in the licensed child care program, right now our maximum scholarship is 30%. We are serving a lot of parents that are able to still make the payment with the 30% scholarship. But in this, we are talking about our at-risk children, the ones that qualify for the free and reduced lunches, the ones that are at risk. Those are the ones that we want to get out of the clubhouse environment into smaller group sizes. It would be located at their school, and with the all possibility, reality of having to scholarship at 100%, because these parents just do not have the income to pay for childcare.
And the dental program, free, part payment?
Free,
Free.
yeah, unless they are on Oregon Health Plan, then we build an Oregon Health Plan.
I have a question on the free lunch and breakfast program, and I noticed that there would be dinner included. Is that something that you have to pay for, or is that something that's provided for you?
At Lincoln, it's part of the free
The
lunch
dinner
program.
is? Okay.
But it's served by the school district.
Right.
But at our licensed childcare programs, we pay for that.
Got it. Okay.
How many schools would you have the licensed childcare at?
Currently, we are operating at 6 elementary schools.
So the program is in existence now?
A comparable one, yes. Yes. So this would just be increasing the enrollment at those schools.
I have a question. Is it for STARS?
Yes.
Is it STARS?
It is STARS,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
which has been in place for 13 years.
Right.
So,
Okay.
We just don't want to confuse people in case you didn't know what
with the
STARS
acronyms.
I have one final question. What is the feedback that you get from the schools that you're currently providing these services at? What are you hearing from the administration, the teachers?
Well, the feedback that I'm receiving with STARS, and there's also national studies done on this, that children that are in a high-quality after-school program, their attendance at school increases, their behavior issues decrease, their academic learning is increased, there's more involvement with the families. So it's really a win-win situation for our families. And I know at Lincoln, they've had some amazing successes.
We've actually been following our results with the increase in the OAKS test scores, which are the statewide exams that all children go through. And because of attendance with the Lion's Den program, which is where we want to implement the ABCs to PhDs, we've actually seen increases in the state OAKS tests over the last 2 years that we've been implementing this after-school program there. And in addition to that, we're seeing an increase in attendance. We have multiple children who are getting taken off of the list for interventions, such as reading intervention and math intervention. So we are seeing results for sure. And what we're hoping is that the Goals to Graduation program that we would implement with ABCs to PhDs would allow us to incorporate goal setting, which the principal there says is the one thing that he has not been able to address at all and really wants to see at the school. And that would be addressing specifically the high school dropout rates and catching those early with the younger kids.
I don't know if you can see the actual grants that we submitted, but in there you will see the actual proven improvement in test scores for these kids. Go ahead.
Your dental clinic, what are the educational programs that you do? Is it one-on-one with the children, or?
Everything from one-on-one to right now we're running a pilot with our kindergartners because we are taking care of kindergartners half day, running a dental brushing, teaching them how to brush pilot and floss. We talk about nutrition, the types of foods that are good to eat and not good to eat. Just basically that continual conversation with the kids about what does it mean to practice good oral health.
Is that at the Boys and Girls Club or in the schools?
At the Boys and Girls Club. The schools don't have time to do these things, so what we're finding is that we're picking up a lot of the things that were normally managed either by social service government agencies or the schools, but because the schools continue to have budget cuts, more of these things are slipping through the cracks. The Boys and Girls Club continues to, broaden our shoulders and pick up more, basically social service services that a government or a school would deliver, without funding from government or the school, by the way.
We'll have time for one more question.
Are there any funds outside of the city that help support any of these programs?
We write grants like crazy. We do a lot of direct asking. So we continually look for ways to bring the dollars in. The last 2 years have been very difficult, even for the Boys and Girls Club. I know people believe that we're very successful and we don't need the help of local granting organizations. That is not true. Our population is up 15 to 20%. Our fundraising is down. We've had an all-time high of rejection of grants because I think people think, well, you guys are fine. You'll find it someplace else. And so what we're really trying to let the community know is that we were this close to having to reduce services in December because of a shortfall. So any funds that we can get to basically take care of, our at-risk and low-income families, they're coming to our organization, everything from dental to child care to, increased after-hours education support because the schools can no longer provide that.
And we have had to shut down our program.
Sorry, I need to shut
No
down
problem.
for a
Thank
longer
you.
time. Again, we'll email you with
Sure.
additional